Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. So, the abstract art exploration experiments continue. That was a mouthful. Good job, I don't need to say it again. So I'm using different tools, different surface areas, just to explore my creativity, share it with you, and if you want to try it too, then that's great. Don't forget to tag me in what you create too. I'd love to see what you do. So I'm using my blue colour palette along with some black, white and gold. I won't use all the colours, but what I will use will be listed in the description box below. And I'm going to use paper, acrylic paper, as my surface area. But anyway, let me take you down. I'll show you the paper that I'm using, the colours that I'm using, and also the tools. But this creation is all about lines. Creating different lines for depth and movement using a range of different tools. So if you want to see this abstract art tutorial, please stick with me and let's see what we can create. So let me show you the colour palette. So half of it is a blue inspired colour palette and then the other half is a black, white and gold. So I've got my titanium white, my lamp black, and then Pebio's iridescent precious gold. And then for the blues, I've got a sky blue light, turquoise blue, Winsor & Newton's cobalt blue, and Amsterdam's brilliant blue. They're all mixed up in my cups, pouring medium water and paint. I'll list all the ratios in the description box below. But this is the colour palette that I'm going to start using for a number of creations. So for now, I'm just using my sponge brush and I'm dipping it in my gold paint and I'm creating a base layer. And I think you've probably heard me say this about the pieces that I've been doing recently, whether it's the fluid art or the abstract art. It's about creating something that you're happy with and enjoying the process that you're in. So I'm going to use a number of tools, and this is really about layering my paints onto my surface area, creating some different shapes and patterns, and creating a vibe about this piece that I can interpret. And that's one thing that I really love about abstract art, and I think I've said it before many times. It's about the interpretation that you see when you see a piece. So I can tell you what I feel about a piece or see about a piece, but one thing that I find really rewarding as an artist is to hear from you about what you see or feel about a piece. So when you watch my videos, please feel free to share how you think or what you see within a piece, because as human beings, we are all unique, we are all very different, and that's one thing that I love about abstract art. It's about the interpretation that we all have, because it's not going to be the same. So I'm now using a tile grouter because it's got some different ridges on one edge, and I'm going to dip my paint in and create some lines within a piece. And as you see this piece evolve, you'll see different tools used to create different patterns and textures on top. I'm now going to use the blue turquoise, again with the same kind of tool. It's a different cutter, so it's got a different ridge on the edge, and as you can see, it creates some different lines within the area that I'm pressing down firmly on the page. And I'm literally just dragging the tool across the surface area to reveal those lines once they've been dipped into the paint. I'm going to do that again with the light blue, but I'm going to almost just do a different pattern. You can see there that I'm just dipping the paint in. And as you create a piece, if there's something that you don't like, then change it, paint over it, tweak it slightly. It's really down to you. You're the creator of your own artwork. So don't feel that pressure from anybody else. This is about your feeling, your creativity, and how you do something. Now, I've got to be honest, I didn't like that area that I just created with the light blue, but I wanted to keep it in for this video just so you can see that I also sometimes change my approach as I paint, and I just use what's available to me. And it's totally okay to evolve and change your process as you go. As long as you're enjoying it, surely that's all that matters. So I now want to create some different lines. So I'm using my string just to dip into some black paint, and I'm just gliding the string across the surface area to create some different lines with another tool. And I think it's really important sometimes just to step back and have a look at what you're creating. What do you see when you're creating? Allow yourself that time to really feel and be in that process. As I said, I could tell you what I interpret already from this piece. I'm going to save that for later, and actually I might even just drop it in the description box below just so you can see what I feel from this piece. But I would love it if you could have a look at this piece right at the end and tell me what you feel from it. What do you see, and what's your interpretation of this abstract piece of art? So although I wanted to create lines, and this piece was about lines, I also want to add some circles. So I'm using a paper cup and I'm turning the cup upside down, and I'm using that as my circle. So I'm just putting some gold paint on my palette board, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my cup into the paint and press the cup onto the page. And I'm going to do that several times. And for me, there's a personal meaning with this. I'd love for you to continue the process with me. Let me know what you think, and let me know about the colours that I'm also using. But as I said right at the beginning, when you're creating your own piece of abstract art, it's about what you feel about the piece, what you want to project, and what your vision is for that piece. And it's about allowing yourself to let go and have that freedom to just create. So I'm dipping the cup on the paper, and I'll come back shortly to show you the finished version. I'm really happy with this. I love the lines that I've created. I really feel that the gold circles have added something to this piece too. So I'm just going to remove the masking tape that's around the edge. That forms part of my border or my frame, and then I'll show you the final version. I'll show you the wet version and also the dry version. And when I show you, I would love for you to tell me what you see from this piece. So here we go, I've removed the masking tape. You can see that the paint is still wet. It won't take too long to dry, but the lines that were created initially with this sponge brush for the golden background, and then the tile grouter dipped in 3 different tones of paint in those blue tones, and then stretched across that page, dipped some of the string in some black paint and added the lines with the string, and then finished with the circles by dipping the cup or the rim of the cup into the golden paint and then transferring the paint that was around the rim of that cup onto the page itself. So there was various processes within this. So for me, this is how I want to display it. I definitely feel that it's a portrait creation, and I've got a meaning in my mind about what I feel and what I see about this piece. I'm going to share it soon. I'm not going to share it on the video because I don't want to tell you what you should see from this piece. I'd love for you to tell me your own interpretation. Let me know in the comments below. But I also wanted to say a big thank you for joining me today. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for all of your emails and comments. I really appreciate each and every one of them. I read and reply to as many as that I can. So have a great week ahead. Take care of yourself, and I really hope I get to see you again in the next video. And let me know what you think about these abstract pieces that we're creating together, and if you're doing these too. See you soon everyone, and take care. Bye.